Welcome to Suntico. The event will start now.
Hello, and welcome to this very special Hangout on Air for companies that use Sage 50 accounting. The title of today's Hangout came from one of our partners who once said to me, Hugh, having Suntico, it's like having a Sage 50 CRM without having to get one. When asked what he meant, he said, well, for the right kind of company, it delivers all the benefits you'd expect from a CRM system that you put in company-wide without all the organizational pain you have to go through in order to put one in. So I decided to dig a bit deeper. I said, what kind of company would you describe as the right kind of company? And he said, well, that's easy. For a business-to-business company that uses Sage 50, where you're doing a lot of repeat trading with the same set of accounts, the same set of customers. At any one time, you might have people in different offices, in different departments, in your finance teams, in your sales teams, in your delivery teams, interacting with the customer. He said, what Suntico does, it answers that question, what's going on with my key customer or vendor relationships across my company? That's by way of introduction, and my name is Hugh Johnson. I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Development at Suntico. If you like what you hear today, please use that new Google Hangouts on Air feature called Applause and give it a good clap. Also push it out on your social networks. If you don't like what you hear, or if you have any questions at all, you can reach out to me on Twitter at HughCJohnson, Google+, LinkedIn, or by email at hugh.johnson@suntico.com. Today's Hangout will last for 15 minutes. After that, you can watch it at your leisure because a video of this Hangout will be posted up onto YouTube, which again, you can share if you want to with your friends and colleagues. So getting on with the meat, I've introduced Suntico as a much simpler alternative to a traditional CRM system. And the reason it's simpler, and it's a simpler alternative, is because we take a dramatically different approach. We've thought very, very carefully about the target company in mind, and my partner was right when he identified the business-to-business company doing a lot of repeat trading with the same set of customers. That's the target company that we have in mind. And most CRM systems fail because of lack of clarity around purpose, processes, and people that they're trying to solve problems for. And so what we've done is we've thought very clearly about that. The purpose of Suntico is to answer that question, what's going on with my key customer and vendor relationships? It's designed to support the entire company, or at least anyone in your company that may be customer facing or need to interact at any one time with your customers or vendors in terms of the relationships you have with them. When it comes to process automation, we're taking a much, I suppose, a more radical approach. And really what we're saying is that if you arm your frontline staff with the right information, they know what to do. You don't need to get bogged down with prescribing detailed processes for them to follow. So what we enable them with is a Facebook-style interface where they can be presented with the information they need, make decisions, and take actions, and inform their colleagues. After all, you don't need a prescribed set of processes within Facebook to tell you how to share information with your friends and family. And sitting behind that, again, where an awful lot of CRM systems fail, is through lack of having up-to-date data. And what we do with Suntico, we plug straight into your Sage 50 system, so that any updates to your Sage 50 system are automatically reflected in Suntico. And by definition, your customer list, your accounts list, the sales list, the history of all the sales you've done in the past, the sales orders, the purchase orders, the products you've sold, the products you've bought, all that history is correct, it's up to date and maintained meticulously in your Sage 50 system. Why not make that available across your business? And that's what we do here at Suntico. So let's go on and take a quick look at a demo. Here I am. I'm logged into a Suntico demonstration account. If you want access to this demo account yourself afterwards, please contact me by email, or you can go to our website and request access there. The first thing you'll notice is that it's web-based, and that's great, because what that means is that if you're operating across multiple offices, where you've got people working at home or sales reps out on the road, people using Apple Macs, people using Windows 8, people using iPads or whatever, It doesn't matter. They can all access the same information and all see what's going on. So I was talking about Facebook before and the similarities in terms of the way we present information and handle that. If I want to answer the question, what's going on in my business, I go to my wall. And that's rather like a Facebook timeline. What it presents me with is a timeline of notes and discussions to do with stuff that I'm following within the company. It could be customer accounts, it could be transactions, it could be my colleagues. And so what I see here is I can see stuff going on from one of the sales managers, David Clancy. He's got a signed delivery note for Armstrong Landscaping. I can drill down, I can take a look at that if I want. That's great. I can drill down, I can see the account detail. All very, very intuitive. I can see that the account is tagged credit card only, and that's for a very simple reason. It's got a very high outstanding balance there. And that's all very, very useful information to share, available at the click of a button. And what I'll do is I'll just write a note to David, just say, David, please note that this account is credit card only now. And that means if David's wanting to take any orders or anything like that from the system, any orders or anything like that from that account, he knows to get payment straight away by credit card. Now, in the background, what's happening, I talked about the link to Suntico, and what we've done is we've installed a special piece of software called a Suntico connector, and that runs in the background on the same server that my Sage 50 accounting system is running on. And that's polling Sage, looking for any updates. And as Sage is updating, or as the users are updating Sage, those changes are reflected and pushed up into Suntico for sharing, discussing, adding additional information to enriching, and otherwise getting the business done across the organization, and particularly by people that might not have direct access to the Sage records. The information is presented in a number of different ways from different perspectives. Here I've got a tab called My Business, and I've got a list of all my accounts, or all the accounts within the system. If I have sales reps, if I have sales managers, I can easily control the views so that they only have access maybe to the accounts they look after or the territories they look after. So David Clancy, for example, is the sales manager for a particular area, and he only has access to a particular set of accounts, which are the accounts in his territory. So you can see here, I've got a total of 39 records. What I've got also logged on for the purposes of the demo is I've got David Clancy. There's David here. David Clancy logged on via an iPad. He's out on the road at the moment, and he's pulled up his list of accounts. And what did I have? I had 39 accounts. He has 11 records, which is basically the 11 accounts in his territory. And if Callista Swinton logged on, she's just a normal sales rep. She would only see the accounts that she has under her name. So it's a very, very effective way of pushing out the detailed information, but only to the extent that you need to, for the people that need it to do their job. So I've got an account level view. I can drill down, as I say, to the detail of an account. I can see contacts, addresses. I can see any transactions relating to the detailed view of this account. So this My Business view is very much an account-oriented view of my business, designed really for the sales rep or the sales manager, people looking after either an account or a set of accounts. And again, within this menu, what I can do is I can create events, I can create tasks that link into this particular account. I can add notes to the account wall, and I'll go on and I'll explain what that means in a second. So what you've seen is a kind of an account-oriented view where you can drill down. You see the accounts, the contacts, the addresses. You see events, which are calendar entries linked to those accounts, and create tasks. And create tasks to do with an account, and you can assign those to other users. I can pull up my colleagues. I can see what they're up to, and I can see what David Clancy, who's one of our sales managers, is up to. I can pull up his events page. I can see a series of customer meetings that he's got coming up. I can drill down and see, okay, he's visiting Armstrong Landscaping there. On Monday, he's visiting Teesdale Real Estate and Seawright Sod and Lawning. These events would also appear against the customer record. So again, if you came in through the account layer, you would see them at that point as well. So a sales manager could also use this to track what his sales team are up to. We can split the data out by territories, as I mentioned. So that's kind of an account level view. Next we have, I'll skip the products for a second. Next we have a kind of transactional view. This is more like a kind of sales ledger point of view. So if I'm trying to track maybe the business I've done this month, or the business I've done over a period, or by account, or by territory, this is where I would go in, and I can create filters and totals. I could total by rep, for example, and I could then go in and I could filter by invoice date. And I could look up sales this month by rep, or the sales manager could do that within his set of accounts, or the sales rep could look at the performance of his accounts this month to date, or this year to date, or whatever. So there you have a kind of sales transactional view. I can drill down onto sales orders, and the sales rep out in the field can drill down to orders, and you can check the status of a particular order. You can see if it's been fully shipped, partly shipped, what items are still outstanding. So you can have that intelligent conversation with the customer. The next view that I kind of skipped over earlier on would be products view, where what we have here is we've got a list of all the line items of all the products that have been sold. So again, it's just another way of looking at your data from a product point of view. So I could look at, by product code at, the numbers of products that have been returned and I've had to give credit notes against for a particular product. Or I could look at the sales of product within a certain period, or the sales of products within certain territories. And this is basically where I would go. I can customize this view. I can add additional columns if I wanted to. I could decide to show the account. I could look at sales of product by rep, as opposed to here, and I could group by rep there, and so on and so forth. I can create lists. So here's a simple example. I've got accounts with a balance exceeding $10,000. Now all this is a previous query I've done, and I've just saved that view. Now what I can do is you might have noticed in every single view we've got these three columns here. First column is a simple bookmark. So particular accounts or particular records that I want to follow regularly, I just bookmark those. Equally, just like I have my wall, and each record within its system has its own wall, and I can choose to follow or not any record within the system. And that means that if any of my colleagues are updating information relating to that record, it automatically appears in my wall. So that's a whistle-stop tour of Suntico. The system actually does an awful lot more than I've shown this afternoon. But I'm very, very conscious of time, and I said I would finish within 15 minutes, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if you like what you've seen today, and if you'd like to take it for a spin yourself, visit our website and click on the Try for Free button, fill out the forms, and we can get you set up. And we can get you set up for free, attached to your own Sage 50 records. and take it for a spin and see what you think. So again, if you have any questions, any feedback, get in touch with me, hugh.johnson@suntico.com, or by any of the social networks.